Welcome traders, I'm Darren Wagner from Morpheus Trading Group, and in today's video we're zooming in on an exciting milestone event in the stock market. QQQ, the Nasdaq 100 ETF, has just broken out to a new all-time high. Now, why is a breakout to new highs such a powerful event? It's not just the numbers, it's key trader psychology at play. When major indices like the Nasdaq chart new territories, the lack of resistance reshapes market sentiment and creates unique opportunities for astute swing traders. So in this video, we explain this crucial psychological shift and how it may impact your trading strategy. So now get ready for exclusive analysis from Rick Pedicelli, our head stock analyst. With over 2 decades of trading experience, Rick will clearly guide you through the implications of this breakout. He'll explore potential scenarios for the Nasdaq 100 and even show you key relative strength stocks that are worth your attention. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of the video when Rick reveals a pivotal upcoming event that could heavily influence the Nasdaq's next move. This insight is invaluable for planning your next swing trades. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be part of the MTG tribe. With insights like these, you're not just following the markets, you're staying ahead. So let's get started.
Welcome MTG Tribe. This is Rick Pedicelli of Morpheus Trading. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq 100 ETF QQQ, which is currently trading at a new all-time high after a 38% deep correction during the past 2 years. It's an exciting time for the QQQ, setting a new all-time high, which is a bit different than setting a new 52-week high, as we always hear about the 52-week high, which is just the highest price over the last 52 trading weeks or 250 trading days, which is a sign of positive momentum over the past year. But that 52-week high could come within a longer-term downtrend over the past 5 years, whereas the all-time high, we're sitting at prices that have never been traded before. But with the all-time high, we're trading at levels that the price action has not seen before, which means there is no overhead supply. People who own the stock or the index at higher prices, usually when price dips lower as the Qs has over the past 2 years, when the price action rallies back up to prior highs, those who were in from higher prices and were trapped tend to sell at break even. That's just a psychological thing. Well, at all-time new highs, that overhead supply isn't there. It's just clear blue skies above. Now, setting a new all-time high is exciting. It could lead to much higher prices during the next few months. That being said, it's an obvious level, which can also lead to false breakouts, where the price action may go higher for a week or two above the prior high, and then ultimately pull back in and chop around for several weeks before pushing higher or even coming back into the base and selling off for a deeper correction. So in this video, we're going to cover what we think will be a clue as to positive price action, what we want to see over the next few weeks. And to do that, we're going to drop down to the daily chart, and we still have that yellow line as the prior all-time high. And what jumps out right away is the fact that the Nasdaq is just ripped off the lows from a false breakdown here below prior lows and just ripped right back up. And that's the old adage on Wall Street: from failed moves comes fast moves. And that was one hell of a false breakdown here, and then a rip right back up and break out above the prior highs. So we have a market that's been on the run here for several weeks above, I think 7 or 8 weeks above the rising 8-day EMA without closing below the 8-day EMA, a confirmed close that is, because there was a close here below the 8, but the price action the next day did not undercut the low of the day that closed below the 8. We view this still as a strong uptrend above the 8-day EMA. So far we have 37 bars above the 8-day EMA without a confirmed break. In our analysis, since we've been trading, we've seen the Nasdaq 100 be able to ride the rising 8-day EMA for up to 50 trading sessions. So we're currently at 37. We've seen 50 trading sessions several times over the past decade. So at that level, we might want to be cautious at that 50-day mark for some sort of pullback. But for now, the price action is still going strong above the rising 8. Now, as we mentioned a bit earlier, there is a possibility that a breakout could lead to a false breakout, and that usually occurs within 1 to 3 weeks of the breakout itself. So last week was the first week attempting a breakout. This week is the second week. And we could see the price action dip back below the 8 and possibly even test this 403 level. But if this area holds up and the price continues to push higher, we think we could have a successful breakout on our hands here, which we could then expect higher prices over the next few months. But as we mentioned a bit earlier, we also have to take into consideration that after 50 days, this could be a very oversold uptrend. But we have to also keep in mind that after 50 sessions above the 8-day EMA, it becomes a very overbought uptrend, and we would expect some sort of pause, be it a few weeks sideways action or maybe a deeper pullback to the 20-day EMA that holds this breakout level, if the breakout is to succeed. So looking at the recent price action, I want to point out something interesting here is that there was a pretty nasty reversal candle last Wednesday, and the price action bounced right back from that ugly reversal and closed back above the midpoint of that candle on the second day here, and then pushed higher on Friday, and then on Tuesday took out last Wednesday's high on a closing basis. So over 3 days, this bearish reversal candle has been reversed, which is impressive action. And albeit the volume was a little bit light here, and typically we're going to see lighter volume during the last 2 weeks of the year anyways. So we want to keep our focus though on the price action, as price is king here when we're analyzing the chart. And so as the index pushes higher, we want to keep a close watch on the 8-day EMA. And what we're looking for is the first confirmed close below the 8. So we're looking for the price action to close below the 8 as it did here, but then take out the low of the bar that closes below the 8-day EMA as a sign that the market's gotten ahead of itself and will need some time to digest recent gains. And we can also draw an uptrend line to give us an idea of where support may be. And generally speaking, the uptrend line will land somewhere around the 8-day EMA on strong uptrends. We could draw right around here. So we're right at this uptrend line, which is fairly steep. And I'm not saying that the first break of this trend line will lead to lower prices. It typically may take 2 or 3 breaks of that trend line. It is something to keep an eye on. So if we were to see a break of the 8-day EMA, a confirmed break followed by a break of this uptrend line, or even possibly the second break of this uptrend line, that would be cause for concern. Also, it helps to look at the individual names within the Nasdaq 100. Are some of the Magnificent 7 stocks, or some of the Netflix, the Amazons, the Googles, are they pushing higher? Are they extended in the short term from their 20 and 50-day moving averages? Do they need to pull back in for a bit? These 7 stocks account for so much of the index that it's good to monitor the price action of these charts to get a feel for what the Nasdaq might do. So just a quick wrap up here. We're looking at the Nasdaq 100 ETF QQQ setting a new all-time high. There's no overhead supply, clear blue skies above. It's a positive thing for the market. Let's see if the price action can continue to hold the rising 8-day EMA. And let's see if this price action holds the 8 the first 2 weeks of January and into earnings season, which might create a pause in the market as investors deal with reaction to earnings. Well, that's a wrap for this video. If you'd like to learn more about our style of trading, head on over to morpheustrading.com and click on stock picks. Thanks for joining us, and remember to always trade what you see, not what you think.